a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto. And his mama cries, 'cause if there's one thing she don't need is another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto.
But I want to be free. Baby, you've hurt me.
A hungry little boy with a runny nose plays in the street as the cold wind blows in the ghetto. As the snow flies Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto. And his mama cries,
I'm leaving you for the last time, baby. You think you're loving, but you don't love me. I've been confused. But you don't love me. I want to be free. Baby, you've hurt me.
an angry young man someday. But take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Do we simply turn our heads the other way?
That's a little surprise in the morning. Elvis Presley and A Another, or A and a couple of people. Good morning, Gerald Michael Anderson here. It's a Tuesday morning. I wasn't here yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Coyle, for sitting in the hot seat yesterday. You were your usual horrible self this morning when I came in. Wouldn't tell me anything about what was going on.
You never asked me.
I did.
You did not.
I got nothing but a torrent of abuse.
No, you were...
I got a torrent of abuse.
Excuse me.
You were just jealous because I was away being a rock star at the weekend.
Excuse me.
I got a torrent of abuse. That's what I got, a torrent of abuse. I know what a torrent of abuse is. When I hear a torrent of abuse, I say what it is. I got a torrent of abuse. I came in here this morning, I was very friendly, and you had that snarl in your face. You were angry, you hated me. And everything I said, you mocked me. You and Janet joined in and mocked me and made me feel small. Because you're jealous of me. Because I was away in Paris the weekend with rock stars, and you're in the Derry City Club.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with the Derry City Club. It's not the same as Paris.
No.
Ask him where I was in. Ask me where I was the weekend. Show a little curiosity. Go on, tell me.
No, because when I came
me.
into the office this morning, you
Yes.
were sitting and you were saying naughty words to your computer.
That's because they wiped everything. I was away for 4 days, and they wiped everything off my computer.
And you were very, very angry, and and you called one of the girls over to try and help you. Then you had to go in and get a man, an IT man, and he was helping you. And there were 3 people surrounding you one time, and you were sitting there, and you were an angry little man.
I was away for 4 days. I had 300 emails, and I couldn't read any of them.
Yes, and then you left the room. You left the room, and you come back. and you spotted me reading a newspaper, and you demanded to know where I got that paper. Where did you get that paper?
It was my newspaper.
You see, and you were very.
I hid it when I came in.
As they say in America, you're very hostile. Is it hostile? They
Hostile.
say? Hostile. You were very hostile.
It's what's called teenage anger is called youth hostel.
Yeah. That's good.
Listen, a man is.
So why are you so hostile? Hostile. This
Hostile?
morning? Hostile. Yeah.
Well, I was antiquing at the weekend. I got angry. Now go and ask me where I was the weekend. That's what's wrong with you. I know you were. I know.
No, you were. Look, you were in a place that I care nothing about.
I know. I know you were in a place where I care nothing about here.
No, but you understand, I care nothing about because I've had 2 bad experiences of that place.
I know. Because
So I will. It means nothing to me.
Yeah, you went to Paris once and you
Twice
bought it,
I went.
twice and they bought you a drink and they made you pay for it and you never forgot it. See how hateful I can be?
You can be very,
Listen,
very
incidentally, a gentleman writes me an email and this is unfinished
hateful.
business.
Paris means nothing to me.
This is unfinished business here, and I think you should clear this up. A fellow called John Hart seems to be a listener of some note, and he said, I hear Sean is leaving the show. Is it true?
John Hart. John Hart was the first male winner of Mastermind, and he died yesterday.
No, he didn't. He's in.
No, a man
he lives
called
in
John.
Belfast.
A man called John Hart.
He was the
Did you know
first winner
that?
of Mastermind?
The first male winner of Mastermind. The first winners of Mastermind were three girls, and then the first male was John Hart.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's great.
What
The
do
number
you
to ring you phone and contact this programme during the course of the programme is 08459 555 678. The email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk, if I can get it, which is unlikely. Please could you wish a happy birthday to Eileen McGrath, Dungannon's answer to Peggy Mitchell. We were talking the other day about anybody's answer to anybody anymore. Used to read in the paper, Ireland's answer to Jim Reeves, Ireland's answer to Roy Orbison, Ireland's answer to Dickie Rock.
Right.
Who's Ireland's answer to Dickie Rock? Dickie, because he doesn't want anybody answering for him. And could you please play some Mike Denver? Look, you see, this only applies to Hugo. Thank you very much. I'm reading the stuff out. And could you please play a request in your show for Denise McConaughey? Denise heard me on the show. Oh, this is the lady from the Nut House Hen Rescue people. They're the people who rescue the hens from oblivion. Denise heard me on the show talking about the charity. When I arrived home last Tuesday, the postman had delivered me a box. Inside was a beautiful card and 50, yes, I said 50 coats for the rescued hens. Do you not know what that's about, do you?
Me?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
What?
It's people have been knitting little woolen coats for hens, and there's actually photographs of the hens wearing the coats on your thing, your googly thing.
On my googly thing? What
Yes.
would that be, I wonder?
You log into that place.
Where is it?
A
What
Nut
googly
House.
thing? Is the BBC website, is it?
No, the Nut House website.
Why didn't you say that? That's nuthousehenrescue.co.uk.
And you can see the hens wearing the wee coats.
Mm-hmm. She has been an angel. Inside was a beautiful card and 50 material coats for the rescue hens. She has been an angel, and I can never repay her for her generosity. I know she loves the programme and never misses it. So please say thank you to her from me. That's that's hello to Denise McConaughey, whose little act of charity was well appreciated. And remember the slogan. What's the slogan for the Nut House Hen Rescue and Rehoming?
You may save a life of a hen, but no, a hen's life is worth. No, I don't know.
If you may save a life of a hen, but do better, bring it to the other side of the road. No, it's called saving one hen may not change the world, but it will change the world for that hen.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That's it's a paraphrase of the old. I think it was Gandhi said, "He who saves one life saves the whole world."
Uh-huh.
If you have a sat nav, it will bring you here. She says. I have to go down and see them. I think that the deadline is the 17th of December, which is when what is the 12th?
It's supposed
This
to
is
be
the
the 13th.
Pardon?
Is this the 13th?
It's yes, it is.
Do you
the
know how I
13th.
know it's the 13th?
I don't know how you know it's the 13th.
Because my new computer screen told me the date.
Well, it's the only thing it told you that you can trust. Gerry, I'm just letting you know that I think William Shatner is brilliant. It harkens me back to the days when we listened to Kojak singing If. Remember that?
It's great the way your computer can say good morning to you. It knows who's working it.
Mm-hmm. Well, so the record player's always saying welcome to me, and I had to put me boot through it. Keep up the good work. You make me laugh out loud at work. That's from Anne all the way over in Toronto. Isn't that good? Mm-hmm. Isn't that wonderful? Ask me about my weekend. Go on, ask me what I was doing. Oh, because it's germane to the programme.
Is it necessary?
Is it necessary? Well, it is necessary. It's a good news story for one of our local boys.
But
That's what it's about. A good news story for one of our local boys. As you have no interest at all in it, I will tell the people what it was. I went over to Paris at the weekend to do a radio documentary about a fellow called Kieran Gibbon. Kieran Gibbon. Kieran Gibbon is a singer who's from...
Couldn't even get his name right.
Kieran Gibbon is a singer from Castle Dawson and who's been knocking about the circuit for quite a while and has been very successful recently. He co-wrote a song for Madonna, which was the title track on her album called Celebration. He wrote the music for Killing Bono and a couple of other movies. Doing very well, thank you. So, the upshot of it all, he was in Australia and he met the people out of the band In Excess. In Excess, of course, was the band that Michael Hutchin fronted before he tragically died. So he is now their lead singer. And what a wonderful thing. And we decided to do a little radio documentary. All the people aren't interested in this, of course, many of them in this room. So we decided to go over and record his first European appearance. Well, his second European appearance, but this was the handy one. And his parents and all his friends went over to see him for the first time. We went to record that. And I have to say, it was on Sunday night. And it was the greatest thing I think I've ever seen. It was so emotional. And there was this guy from County Derry out in front of one of the best bands, and I have to say, one of the best bands in the world. I didn't realise they were one of the best live bands in the world, but they are. In Paris, with all these women screaming at him. And I went, by thunder, that could have been me. But I'll tell you what, it was a great night, very successful and a wonderful thing, and I'm really happy for him.
Did it remind you in your days in the Chessmen?
Yes. No. It reminded me of my days in America. See, we never had that kind of treatment. Chessmen, they always treated you like dirt. But when I was in a rock band in America, it reminded me of that.
I always paid attention when you were playing.
I know, but you were the only one. You didn't matter because you had an anger in you.
I was always the first in. Always the first into the ballroom.
As the girl said to the sailor. And anyway, we were... but behind... You know the most wonderful thing about it was after the adulation, all these French... Do you know French people aren't the same as us? I didn't see one fat person. And they all wear lovely clothes. No, we all look as if we've been dressed by Oxfam. But they were all lovely, and all the girls, and they were all around the band. And I was hanging around the outskirts, get the ones that were weak, the ones that were injured. But it was then back to the hotel later, and all the people, and all the rock star thing. And I went, this is the world that I used to be in. I was so happy. I remember saying to myself, I was so happy. Why did I not know I was so happy? Why did I leave all that? The reason why I left, because I got a bit older. But I said, this is the world. It came back to me. And I said, this used to be me. He said, fella standing up at the bar with those 5 girls hanging on to him, trying to buy him drink and all saying, come with me, come with me. That used to be me. So I went over and I stood there at the bar and nobody talked to me. The one girl talked to me. She wasn't ugly. I was the only one. I was the only one who talked back to her. Anyway, apart from that, see me making fun of it now? But it was a great experience, and thank you for your interest. Thank you for asking me where I was. Did you have anything exciting happen yesterday at all?
Morris is on one.
That's the answer to that. Hello, good morning, Morris.
Gerry, good morning.
Not that you're exciting, Morris. It's just that, what can we do for you today?
That's a grand story. Of times gone by, Gerry.
Yes, indeed. I didn't realise I was happy. I didn't know I was happy because you know what I thought at that time? I thought to myself, I'm wasting my life here. Because I was like 30, 31, 32 and I was doing that. And I said to myself, I'm wasting my life here. I better do something constructive. What a fool I was. Because I ended up doing this.
But look at the education you got.
I know, but I could have got an education if I got a book and read it in bed that night.
There's always that.
If I had a choice, and I'm going to tell you this now, I stopped rock and roll and I went to university, right? Because the only reason I went to university because I thought it was probably a good idea to go to university. But as soon as I got to university, I realised it was a mistake. Because nearly all the people that I met at university were stupider than the people I knew before I went to university. And all I discovered was the only people who go to university are people who are good at one particular thing, and even then, not all that good. And they shouldn't be there anyway. Skiving is right. And I was so miserable at university. The only thing that cheered me up was the actual library. I refused to study what I was supposed to study. I just wanted to go to university to spend 3 years just reading and getting a grant. Used to get a grant then. Used to give you money to do that. So I should treat it like a 9-to-5 job. I never told you this before. This is interesting, Sean, isn't it?
What's that?
Thank you.
Keep her lit, Gerry, keep her lit.
Thank you for attention, Sean. So I used to go in there in the library at 9 o'clock and I used to stay until 5 o'clock and I used to go into the lectures. There were about 2 lectures a day, maybe 2 hours. And for those 2 hours I went and I made notes and I just put them away. And then I went into the library and I used to go around the shelves and I'd just pick any book at all. I'd read any book every day. I'd pick a book and I'd read up and I finished that. I'd go around. just randomly, and just pick. And I spent 3 years doing that. The best thing I ever did in my life. I did nothing that I was supposed to do at all, and all the people who did what they were supposed to do, they're all civil servants now, and they're all marching for their pensions. And here am I. Look at happened to me. But I realised that I shouldn't have went to university at all. I should have stayed in the band. I should have stayed in the band. And the dole. What I'm saying, people out there going to university, don't bother, because not only do they not give you a grant, it's going to cost you 30 grand anyway. Go and join a rock band. Do what I did. You're not wasting your life. You're living it. And I stood there last night, and there's me at the age of 42. There's me now, 42 years old, standing there in Paris, surrounded by all these French groupies, and I'm saying to myself, this is the life that I gave up to go to university, to do sociology. I said, what was wrong with me?
You know that guy that you went to see, you travelled over to Paris to interview? Kieran
Gribbin.
He's performing live in Alan Simpson tomorrow.
I know.
Well, when you could just wait for him to come over here?
That's a different thing entirely.
You could have waited.
I know that.
Well,
did you think that was going to upset me?
No, I'm just telling you. You could have waited.
Well, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Because you thought that would prick my balloon.
You could have saved the BBC money waiting for him to interview him here.
A live performance is not the same as a documentary, Sean. Always remember this. If you've never done a documentary, so you don't know. There's a lot of anger in you today. There's a lot of anger in there.
I'm trying to save the BBC.
Do you hear the I'm turning? Do you hear the anger there? Do you see the way he tried to? Do you hear the way he tried to undermine my whole weekend? But I know of course, he told me. He told me he was going on Alan Simpson tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not a live show.
Pardon?
Is it not a live show?
Is what not a live show?
Alan Simpson, is he not singing live?
I don't know.
Of course he is.
Well, okay.
Well, there's a live show.
I didn't know. He said he was on Alan Simpson tomorrow. I didn't know if he'd recorded or if he was on or not. So what? What's the difference?
So I might go up and interview him tomorrow.
What?
I might go up and interview him tomorrow.
He won't talk to you.
He might do.
No, because he knows that there's anger in you. That's why he won't talk to you. He knows that you hate me. I told him. I said, he hates me. I said, if he ever comes to you, don't talk to him. He said, no, I won't. I said, you do right, because he's evil, I said. He's evil, dark and black-hearted. Sorry, I hope you don't mind me saying that. Sorry, Morris. I'm sorry I had to talk to that evil, black-hearted person.
You're better getting that off your chest, Gerry. You really are.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you come on for a reason there, and I can't remember what it was.
Yes, we were speaking last week about the Ancestors Christmas toy run.
Oh, yes, that's right,
which took place on Sunday past there.
Yes.
And it was just to sort of let everyone know that we had 276 motorbikes out.
Oh, fantastic.
We raised almost 1,800 quid for the children's ward, plus a load of toys.
That seems a lot of people, yeah.
It's a lot of bikes. There's been some fabulous press coverage in yesterday's paper with photographs of us coming past the City Hall. There's a lot on YouTube about the bikes coming past the City Hall. I would also like to thank the motorists who were patient enough to let the bike cavalcades all through on their way from Ballygowan to Sprucefield, from Sprucefield down the motorway through the city centre and then out to the hospital in Dundonald. So thanks to all those guys who were patient and let the bikes through. We appreciate it.
Okay.
We get everyone round safe, so job well done for the guys.
So a success then?
A big-time success, Gerry, it was indeed. And again, I appreciate your help to promote it on the radio as well. It all worked.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
It all worked.
All right, then. Good, man. Thank you very much.
Gerry, thanks very much. You get again. Take
Thank
care.
You. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See, there's a man who spends his life and spends a great proportion of his time raising money, doing charitable things, whereas you sit in the house and think of ways to make me seem weaker.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
I do. That's
Yes, you
a
do.
terrible thing to say.
I know, but I mean it.
A terrible. Did you see Those Were the Days last night?
No, I didn't. I was in Paris. They don't see BBC Northern Ireland there. And they don't do documentaries about Bangor in the 50s either.
Mama says, son, you can't hold a job. You better buy a gun and go out and run. Get yourself a guitar and learn how to play. Yeah, that rock and roll that's stealing our nation. Said, she said, the work it ain't hard and the hours ain't long. I make my money and gold just for singing a song. Give a little leg and make a girl go crazy. Yeah, rock straight. Yeah, rock and roll like stealing all this, she said. She said, Mama says, son, you can't hold a job. You better buy a gun and go out around. Get yourself a guitar and learn how to play. Yeah, rock and roll like stealing all this, she said. Rock and roll like stealing all this, she said.
That's an unusual sound. That's a bit of Cajun rock and roll, I suppose. You don't hear that too often from Lafayetteville. That's from a band called CC Adcock. That's a track called Stealing All Day. CC as in Adcock, A-D-C-O-C-K. Cajun blues and rock and roll. Excellent. I just remind the people, I have to ask the people to be patient with me, people who are trying to send me emails. This system is just unbelievably bad, isn't it?
I think it's all right.
It doesn't work for me. It's all right. You've had 5 days to work at it.
Oh,
I only came in here this morning.
I got yesterday afternoon.
Everything has disappeared. All my personal things are all gone.
Yesterday afternoon,
It's like being stripped of all your things. You've lost your facility.
I've lost one facility.
But I've lost everything
a
here.
man told me I'm getting it back.
I wouldn't depend on it if I was you. Incidentally, if you want to knit a jumper for a hen, and I've never said that before, if you want to knit a jumper for a hen, you can contact the people about various specifications and what size they need to be. There's medium, small, and...
Is that large?
No, medium, small, and...
What was that? Is there no big boys?
That's the rooster. They don't need a jumper. We don't want your stinking jumpers. Where's the rooster? We don't want your stinking jumpers. Medium, small, and...
What size of a needle would you use? Do you remember?
Well, this is why
Do you remember your mother had various sizes of needles, and there was a wee number on the top of the knitting needle? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And she would look for a number 8s and would have
Yes, I do remember that. Yes,
12.
yes. Thank you for bringing that up. It's an interesting topic. Did you ever sit on the end of your mother's sewing machine?
I don't think my mother had a sewing.
You see, there you are. You see,
We were poor. My mother sewed by hand.
hand sewed.
Yes.
She hadn't got a sewing machine.
No, we were poor.
Do you know what I have in my home?
These were swanks. I know.
We weren't swanks.
You had a sewing machine.
I know. We were
It's
swanks.
all right.
Can I tell you something? I've never told you this before.
No.
About the top of my mother's sewing machine.
Yeah, the imprint of your bums on it.
Oh, you ruin everything.
She told me 100 times.
Did I?
Yeah.
Couldn't remember. I have that in my home, you know.
I know. It's
in my hallway, and every once in a while I just run my hand across it.
Must be nice. The next time I'm down, could you open the door wide enough so I could see it?
No,
from the door?
I'll take a photograph of
Yeah.
it and show it to you, because you're not going into my house.
Oh, I know that.
The number to ring, not the number to ring, the email address, if you want to knit a jumper for a hen, is Little Hen Rescue. You got that?
Me?
Yeah.
I've had to write this down.
I'm sorry to disturb you. Little Hen Rescue.
Little hen rescue.
Little Hen
Right, I
Rescue.
got that. Little hen. Oh, no, I left out the hen. I just done little rescue. Right, little hen rescue.
It's important that you have Little Hen Rescue.
Yes, yes.
.co.uk
.co.uk /
jumpers
jumpers.
dot ASPX.
Do I jumpers dot
Jumpers dot
dot
ASPX.
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 Yes.
What's the two things you don't have in Paris?
Ulster Bus
Yes.
and Windsor Park.
Gerbahi Road.
Right.
Oh, you missed that.
Right.
No fat people.
So you keep
There's
saying.
no fat people in Paris. I looked. For the first day I was there, I said to myself, "Look, there's no fat people here. It must be there somewhere." So do you know what I did? I was walking down one of the streets, and I saw a rare sight. There's very few McDonald's, very few fast food places in Paris, but there are a couple, you know. And I saw a McDonald's. I said, if there's going to be fat people, they'll be in there. I looked in. There was nobody in it. One person in it. And do you know we're here, you can't get in with the crowds. Nobody in it. And there's no fat people in Paris. Do you know why? Because they eat real food. And that's the reason. And do you know another thing? Do you see the gig that I was at on the Sunday night? Mm-hmm. No drink.
No drink, that's right.
Nobody. No, but I don't mean no drink available. I don't mean that. Nobody was drinking. They'd buy a bottle of beer and they'd sit there and that would do them all night. Nobody getting full. No, the usual in the culture. You don't go to this. Anyone who's been to a concert in Ireland knows what it's like. Boys puking all over you. Boys getting in and out 5 times during a number because they have to go to the toilet. Men with 8 pints in plastic glasses, trying to carry them all at one time, and spill them all over the top of you. Boys shouting, fellas going to sleep and all, puking, all that stuff. None of that. Where did we go wrong? What happened to this country?
It's because we abuse alcohol. Simple as
But why
that.
are we all fat as well? We're all fat as well.
We're not.
We can't get into McDonald's. You have to
We're
beat
getting
your
fatter,
way
but
in.
we're not fat. We're getting fatter.
Yeah, we're not fat. Have you
not- I wouldn't
Listen,
say-
you should go out more.
Well,
You don't go out, do you?
No, I would say the people in Northern Ireland are getting fatter, but I wouldn't describe us as fat people.
Oh, they're getting fatter. You look at any photograph. Now, this is nothing against fat people, of which Nolan is one. You look at any photograph, say, for instance, a school photograph, right? And you remember the school photographs that you were in.
Yes.
Now, can you remember any school photographs that you were in?
You can't compare that. But
No. Many people were overweight in your school photograph.
None.
Right. You look at the average one now, about maybe 30% are overweight. Children.
Yeah,
It's a big
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But you see, you only realise when you go elsewhere and you realise that people are eating real food. And that's why we're so fat, because we're all eating
But
crap.
a lot of people are forced to eat that type of food because, poverty and no
And
wages and
how
stuff
hard is it to buy a couple of potatoes? And
listen to her in there now.
Her in there?
You're going to lecture to us now.
There's a lot of anger there, Sean, today.
Lecture us now.
A lot of anger.
On 92 to 95 FM,
and 1341 medium wave.
this is BBC Radio Ulster.
It's 11 o'clock and one story dominates the news this hour. A major review of health services recommends that the number of acute hospitals falls from 10 to as few as 5. With the details, here's our health correspondent, Mary-Louise Conley.
It was billed as the biggest shake-up of health services in recent years, and John Compton's review lives up to being both controversial and radical. In all of the 99 recommendations, the one most likely to trigger debate is the reduction in the number of acute hospitals here. Currently there are 10. The review team suggests that number could be reduced in time to between 5 and 7. With Belfast having one major acute centre, question marks remain over the future of Daisy Hill and the Causeway. The so-called Roadmap for Change also prints in black and white that care should be provided as close to home as practical. There should also be greater use of the independent sector and a new approach to the pricing and regulation of nursing homes. There's to be greater focus on the Head Start programme for 0 to 5-year-olds, which will include support for children with a disability. While there will be fewer individual GP practices, doctors will play a greater role in delivering care, particularly to the elderly. While around £80 million will be transferred from hospital to community care budgets, the review also recommends that an additional £70 million is required from the Executive's budget to ensure the pace of change is quick rather than laboriously slow.
Mr Boots made his announcement in the Assembly within the past few minutes.
And if the need for change wasn't clear to some before the report, I say to them to read the review report. It paints a compelling picture of the need to reform. It makes clear on the basis of the evidence and analysis that the full range of health and social care services are unsustainable in their present form if we want to deliver the best outcomes for everyone and maintain the highest levels of quality and safety in service provision.
That's the news. Michael McNamee has the sport.
Former Northern Ireland manager Laurie Sanchez has ruled out a return to the job. He's told the Barnet Club website he wants to stay with the League Two side and that he never applied formally to the IFA. Michael O'Neill, who's set to leave Shamrock Rovers this week, is now the bookies' favourite for the post. Frank Lampard says he doesn't know why he's not being picked by Chelsea after his late penalty ended Manchester City's unbeaten run in the Premier League. Chelsea are now third in the table, 7 points behind the leader City. And Cliftonville will attempt to win their 15th game in a row this evening. A victory over Coleraine would send them into the final of the Iron Brew League Cup. In tonight's other semi-final, Ballymena face Crusaders.
Finally, with a wintry outlook, the weather with Barabest.
Showers from the west through today will be a mix of rain, sleet and wet snow for low areas, but for the hills and mountains it'll be snow with up to 10 centimetres in places like the Sperrins. Winds will become much stronger with gusts up to 80 miles per hour towards the northwest, generally up to 70 miles per hour elsewhere. As a result, we could be looking at some blizzard conditions with any snow showers, and it'll feel very cold with highs around 4 degrees.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
Part of the A29 Moy Road near Dungannon is closed until 6 p.m. on Friday. That's due to roadworks taking place between Major Lane and the Old Moy Road. On to flights at the George Best Belfast City Airport. This morning's flight from Blackpool and the Isle of Man is now expected at 11:25, while the flight from Southampton is now due at 12:30. At the seaports, and due to strong winds, the Rathlin ferry has been cancelled all day. Also, P&O's 3 o'clock ferry from Dublin to Liverpool has been cancelled. For more information there, contact P&O on 0871 66 44 777. Anne Jordan reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster. On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, it's the biggest ever shake-up in the Northern Ireland Health Service. Acute hospitals could be cut from 10 to as few as 5. GP surgeries will do more, better care for children with disabilities, mental institutions closed. We want your calls on all of that. Also, is your local high street on death row? Is your town closing down? Mary Portas, Queen of Shops, has a plan. Could her retail therapy save your town? And the BBC's Sir David Attenborough defends the Frozen Planet series after it turns out that polar bear gave birth in a zoo, not the Arctic. Did you feel cheated? You can tell me on Talkback at 12.
Thank you, Wendy. I never believed that David Attenborough was in the Arctic with that bear in the first place. Any man who sits with a bear with its eyes open is crazy. And David Attenborough is not crazy. I sensed it.
I know what she's going to do. And I can't wait for her to do it. She knows me and I know her. What I hate and what I prefer. I know her scent. I know her touch. Where to hold her. And just how much. I've had the one-night stands, waiting for the phone to ring. Waiting for the phone. The shakes of anxiety, the flaccid response to nerves. The hideous revelation of character, the unfamiliar smell of breath and skin, unexpected noises from within. But my love is familiar. She knows me and I know her. What I hate, what I prefer. where to hold her, and just how much. My lady belongs here, and so do I. Sliced apples, almond butter, and feta cheese. Let's feed the dogs. Send out for Chinese. Watching movies on TV and fall asleep. Arms wrapped around. So happy. We weep. Yeah, listen. That's for you. Boy, do I love that.
I sleep in my clothes in case he arrives when I'm dreaming. He got nothing to hide, his life ain't got no hidden meaning. And I hold you tight and I'll wake you if I hear him calling. 'Cause I sleep in my clothes as soon as the snow starts falling. Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna snow? How we gonna know if he gets here? Is it gonna rain, hurricane? How we gonna know if he's alive? Is it gonna snow, gonna rain? Who we gonna blame for the sunshine? Will he get my mail through the hail? Does he even know that we're alive? I sleep in my clothes in case there's a fire when I'm dreaming. I got nothing to hide, my life ain't got no hidden meaning. And I hold you close and I'll wake you if smoke stops you breathing. 'Cause I sleep in my clothes in case there's a fire when we're dreaming. Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna snow? How we gonna know if he gets here? Is it gonna rain, hurricane? How we gonna know if he's alive? Is it gonna snow, gonna rain? Who we gonna blame for the sunshine? Will he get my mail through the hail? Does he even know that I'm alive? He can tell that I'm lying awake even though I am moving. And the beat of your heart in my ear keeps love alive. And to tell you the truth, all I'm thinking about is fire. Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna snow? How we gonna know if he gets here? Is it gonna rain, hurricane? How we gonna know if he's alive? Is it gonna snow, gonna rain? Who we gonna blame for the sunshine? Will he get my mail through the hail? Does he even know that I'm alive? He can tell that I'm lying awake even though I am moving. And the beat of your heart in my ear keeps love alive. And to tell you the truth, all I'm thinking about is fire. Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna snow? Is it gonna rain, hurricane? Is it gonna snow? Is it gonna rain? Who we gonna blame for the sunshine? Will he get my mail through the hail? Does he even know that we're alive?
That's a gentleman called Best Boy Grip, not his real name, of course, and that's a song called, a Christmas song, it's very nice, called Fire, and that's on iTunes on digital format, if you're interested in that, which I'm sure you would be. He's very talented. And before that was William Shatner. That's from his album, his last album a few years ago, not his recent one. It's about 5-6 years ago it was, actually. It was called Has Been, and that's a song called Together. That's it. Were you very rude to Nolan? Hello?
Emma's helping me.
I see that. She's leaning over
My
you.
machine's now up the left.
Uh-huh.
So Emma's showing me. I'm trying to find your desktop. There's a call on one.
That's all right. Hello, we're under pressure here. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, Gerry.
Yes, who's that, I wonder?
My name's Stephen from Bombridge here.
Yes, Stephen, how are you?
I'm not too bad, and yourself?
I'm okay, thanks.
Good.
What can we do for you today,
Gerry,
if anything?
What I'm looking for, I'm trying to get fencing, but it's a particular sort of fencing. It's called chestnut paling.
I'm familiar with chestnut paling. This may come as a surprise to you, but when fencing is brought up, I have no peer.
Nothing comes as a surprise as far as you're concerned, Gerry.
My life has been a continual learning process. I spent a number of months in the forests of Norway, actually studying chestnut paling, and I have to say that it's rare. May I ask you what you require this for?
I wanted to put up, tied up against a hedge or a
Well,
hedge.
I'd warn against that. Sometimes the hedge will contaminate it.
Right. It's because try and keep a dog in to stop it from stop the dog from getting out.
You're trying to limit a dog's freedom, is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, what kind of a dog is it? Is the dog will harm anyone if it gets out?
No, it's not. No, it would lick you to death. It's a black lab.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so chestnut paling. Is it hard to get? Have you tried various outlets?
We've tried various outlets around the Bombridge area here, and we're not having a big lot of success. We could get it from England, but the postage really makes it sort of...
The price is prohibitive.
Uneconomical, let's put it like this.
The price is prohibitive. So I call upon all people there with hordes of chestnut paling at home.
Yes.
I call upon you people to let your chestnut paling go.
Yes,
let
please.
this man have access to it. Or indeed, if there are any businessmen out there looking a sale, here's a man with money burning a hole in his pocket, wanting to buy chestnut paling. So give us a ring. Give us a ring here if you know where to get that. 08459 555 678.
Yes, and Emma has my number there, so it can be passed on.
Very silly giving your number to Emma. She'll sell it to insurance companies.
Well, just when you're there, Gerry, tell me,
Yes.
have you ever heard of a group from New York called the Dirty Urchins?
The Dirty Urchins?
Yes.
No, I haven't, no.
You haven't?
From New York, are they good?
Yes, they're excellent. I was just thinking maybe I'll send you some of their tracks. They started off as a busking group. I come across them busking in Central Park.
Did you?
And they're excellent. They're a four-piece group that consists of a string bass, 2 acoustic guitars, and a guy called Freddie Stevenson playing a saxophone.
Uh-huh.
And they have a young lady singing with them by the name of Julia Haltigan. If you want to look her up on the internet.
All right, I would.
That's
How do you spell her second name?
H-A-L
Yeah.
T-I
Yeah.
G-A-N.
Haltigan, as it's pronounced. Yeah, okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, Julia.
Excellent group. They're sort of like a bluesy country style.
Mm. Funny enough, sometimes you see things like that. We don't see anything like that here. I remember being in Sydney one time, and I was at a shopping mall, and I went into the shopping mall, and there was a string quartet playing outside in the street. Outside in the street, a string quartet. Can you imagine that? It's lovely. You don't get that here. You get you get a guy going...
Yes, with a big wah on the end of it.
I don't see she made some hay, playing second fiddle now. Someday, that's you end up
Woodstock
doing.
in Bangor.
Pardon?
Woodstock in Bangor.
Woodstock and Bangor.
What does that? Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah.
Woodstock and Bangor.
Right.
I see. Sean doesn't use sentences. It doesn't agree. It doesn't hold with sentences. Is it a shop called Woodstock in Bangor?
Yeah, Steve's looking wood.
Sean is a golfer, and he's used with just shouting one word.
Is monosyllabic.
Yes, 4.
4 is enough.
It's a monosyllabic slabber.
Well, I'm fairly...
You're a monosyllabic slabber.
I'm fairly straight, Stephen, so 4 is rarely used by me.
Oh, right.
That's a little golf talk.
Yeah, so shots maybe don't go that far, Gerry.
Why don't you take your 7-iron and stick it where the sun don't shine?
Okay, Woodstocks and Bangor for that paling.
Oh, plural? Woodstocks?
Woodstock and Bangor, right?
Woodstocks,
That's great.
I don't know, Woodstock.
You see, it's a lack of attention to detail.
Emma passed the message on to me.
It's a lack of attention to detail that lets you down every time. You don't think these things are important. It's important. It's important. What did you say to Nolan yesterday?
What's that? Woodstock without a K.
Woodstock without a K.
How do you do that without a K?
I don't know. It's Emma's.
You're not curious. Woodstock.
It's like we say here, Woolworths.
What's wrong with
I
that?
bought it up in Woolworths.
What's wrong with that?
It's Woolworth.
What's wrong with that?
It's Woolworth. It's the same as Woodstock, Woodstocks.
You would say Woolworth?
Yeah.
And what do we say?
Woolworths.
Woolworths.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It was Woolworth.
I know, but I bought it up in Woolworths, but you'd say go to Woolworth.
No, you wouldn't. You'd say go to Woolworths.
Don't you tell me what I would say.
I've heard you say that off.
You've never heard me say Woolworths when I meant Woolworth.
You told me you bought broken biscuits in Woolworths.
I lied.
It must have been a long time ago, sure they're closed now.
I haven't eaten broken biscuits since 1959. Get away from me. Sorry, not you, him. Okay, we'll get you that chestnut paling, and thanks for the advice about the music. Thank you.
I'll try and send you some of her tracks, Gerry, and I'll send them on to you, and if you can take a listen to them, and if you want to play them, sure.
Send them to me here at BBC Radio 4. There's a lesser volume of mail here.
Yes.
There's a better chance of me getting it.
Okay.
Because only people are writing to Sean, and that's only one or two.
I'll do that.
Okay. Thank
okay,
you.
Gerry.
Thank you.
And Sean, thank you, and Emma, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. What did you say to Nolan yesterday? Apparently, you were very rude to him at the handover.
No.
Yes, it says here.
I was not.
Yeah, you were very rude.
I was not.
There's a couple of people have mentioned it. Some people with glee, and another person says, one person says, your handover was brilliant with Nolan, and which means that I know that you were rude to him.
I wasn't.
Oh, you were. Yeah. What did you do? What did you say to him? Well, give me an idea of how it went.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, tell me, what did you do? What did you say to him?
He says, "Good morning, Gerry," to me, and I said, "Good morning, William."
And that was it?
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's a snub. That's a snub, is it not? A person says, you snubbed him yesterday. So Nolan came on, well, friendly, said, good morning,
Yes.
Sean.
I said, "Good morning, William."
And what did he say, good morning, Sean?
He said, "Oh, it's you."
Did he say, good morning, Sean?
He said, "It's you."
No, but did he say, good morning, Sean, to you?
No. He says, "Good morning, Gerry."
And you said, good morning, William?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I thought that he said, good morning, Sean, you said, good morning,
Oh,
William.
no.
You'd be in a hateful wee shite.
No.
You know the way you are.
No. Liz is on too.
Is she?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I apologise.
That's good.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Listen, you did a lovely thing for us last month. We got to see Charlie Lansborough.
Oh, yes.
And we were talking to you for a wee while. I'm just hoping through your show you can do something even more for us. We have a wee granddaughter. She's 7, and she's the oldest of 5 children. Now, she has twin sisters who are 5, and she has twin brothers who are 3.
Yes.
And she always, after the boys were born, she always wondered, where was her twin? Why does she not have a twin?
That's right, yeah.
Now, her mum and dad got her for her birthday a wee miniature schnauzer. And
Yes.
she absolutely loves this wee dog.
Uh-huh.
She comes home from school and it's there waiting for her. She tells us, she tells Charlie all her secrets, and Charlie doesn't tell anybody. Haley and Amy tell each other their secrets. Jack and Sam tell each other theirs, and Nikita tells Charlie all her secrets. Now, her dad let the dog out on Saturday night, and he just disappeared within 10 minutes.
Dear, dear.
The wee girl's breaking her heart. She really is. She's absolutely, she's just not able to do anything. She's sitting writing wee letters. She's writing wee cards. She's just doing everything she can think of. And she has her mum and dad out driving around the streets, looking for this wee dog. She's just absolutely distracted.
When did it disappear?
It was Saturday night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
He let it out to go to the toilet. They live up quite a quiet road.
Where is that exactly? Where do they live?
It's on the Carntall Road. That's between Mossley and Ballyclare.
All right.
It's a big long road. There aren't that many houses on it.
Uh-huh.
Now, he has spoken to the farmers round about, and they know Charlie, and they know to look out for him. He wouldn't be in any danger from the farmers or anything. They all know him. But this wee girl is absolutely, she's just distraught.
Well, let's just hope that somebody's taken the wee dog in, because the weather hasn't been great.
That's what we're hoping.
Well,
and maybe think because it is where they live on the Carntall Road is quite isolated, and maybe think the wee dog's been dumped.
I know.
And, they would
Yeah.
lift it and keep it.
And they would have no way of knowing that you had lost it.
Not at all. No.
Well, this is the best thing you could have done, actually. I would be very optimistic about that. Unless the unthinkable happened and something happened to the wee thing, which is unthinkable. But you have to be ready for that.
Oh, I know, but he has driven up and down all around the roads and everywhere looking, even to see, if he could find out if he'd been knocked down and, maybe lying at the side of the road, but there's absolutely no sign of him.
Oh, well, that's
anywhere.
good. That's good. That's good. All right, then. So let's ask the people out there between Mossley and Ballyclare.
It's between Mossley and Ballyclare, this big long road, the Carntall Road.
If anybody took in a wee schnauzer, I mean, they're quite distinctive, aren't they? What colour is he, just for the benefit of...
Well, he's grey and black, but he has a snow white beard and snow white eyebrows, big bushy eyebrows.
It's like myself. I must get a dog like that. You're very slow. You're very slow to jump in there.
You almost went ho 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 there, didn't you?
Well, do you hear that? Do you hear what I'm dealing with today?
I hear him.
See what I'm up against? The friction that I have. Me trying to do a decent show. Me trying to be a nice, caring person and get nothing but old bile from the other side. Anyway, well, listen, we'll keep an eye. We'll ask the people to keep an eye for your dog. And if anyone has seen that wee dog, or indeed, as is very probable, I think somebody's probably taken it in,
Yes,
And, and would say to themselves, look, there's a nice wee dog, that's a horrible night, and let's hope that happened.
Yes.
And probably say to themselves, well, if somebody shows...
What do
Pardon?
you call the wee dog?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's Charlie.
Charlie.
It's called Charlie.
She's
It had a
already
wee
said
red
that.
collar on.
She's already said that 4 times.
Oh.
See, that's how the people listen.
And then
Okay.
why did you find it necessary to ask?
Because I wanted to illuminate your stupidity by not hearing it being named
Charlie.
4 times.
So if anyone would happen to have a wee dog, that they just call it Charlie and see if it responds.
See, the clue was that the lady was talking about Charlie Lansborough earlier on.
And is the dog named after Charlie?
No.
See?
Well, you see, it's just coincidental that you happen to be talking about Charlie
As you
Lansborough.
see.
I thought the dog was called Charlie
Yes.
Lansborough. Anyway, the wee schnauzer with a white beard and white eyebrows, just like my own. So if anybody knows about that, give us a ring here before, and hopefully we'll hear something before 12 o'clock.
Yes.
If somebody has it, we probably will hear before 12 o'clock. 08459 555 678. That would make that wee girl's Christmas, wouldn't it?
Oh my goodness, it would. She's heartbroken.
Okay,
She's
then.
absolutely heartbroken.
Okay, then. We'll do the best we can anyway. But we can't do much. All we can do is just wait and hope. All right?
That's lovely. Thanks very much, Gerry.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye. Some messages from the people outside. What a wonderful programme compared to yesterday. I made that one up. Marvellous opening song. People like that mashup with Elvis on it.
I liked it.
Did you?
I love that slow version that Elvis.
I'll never play it again. Welcome back. Could you play anything by Ronnie Lane from Mark in Belfast? At the moment I have indigestion, which is Ireland's answer to heartburn.
Oh, that's good.
Can I hear Caledonia by Donna Target? I keep saying I'm going to play something by Donna Target. No, I'm sorry. I'll bring something down. Will you make a note of that, would you? Because what happened is I was so frustrated this morning with all the anger and negativity that was coming my way that I couldn't even think. I don't know how I made it down here at 10:30. Froghead, good morning. Good to hear you again. Coyle snubbed Nolan yesterday. Morning, Turkey Neck. Heard you were handing out family-sized poultry packs for Christmas. Any chance of sending me one? Have I ordered a turkey?
Yes.
Is that Janet or Emma?
Janet ordered it.
There seems to be some confusion. Somebody sent me an email the other day and said that I hadn't ordered one. Have I ordered one? Have I?
I don't know.
Can you find out for me?
Yes, I'll ask Janet if you've ordered it.
Find out if I've ordered it. I know it's probably nothing to do with the show, but it's important to me. Whoa! Whoa! Cheer, guys! There's a lamb bag. Keep her lit till I get out.
Some do dope, that's what they do, just to cope. Some do ecstasy or cocaine, that's what they do to lose their brain. But no, not us, where we come from. We just do the lambeg drum, the lambeg drum, the lambeg drum. We just do the lambeg drum. For their facts, although hallucinations just for kicks. Some do tubs to get up high, and some do jobs to reach the sky. But no, not us, we come from. We just do the Lambeg drum, the Lambeg drum, the Lambeg drum. We just do the Lambeg drum. Wine or whiskey to get them feeling fine or frisky. Some run for miles to escape and jump up and down to get in shape. No, not us where we come from. We just do the Lambeg drum, the Lambeg drum. We just do the Lambeg do, the Lambeg we just do. Levitation, do transcendental meditation. Some zoom off and rocket ships and round the orbit do their trips. But no, not us where we come from. We just do the Lambeg drum, the Lambeg drum, the Lambeg drum. We just do the Lambeg drum. Some folk roar and some folk run to tell all the people what they want. Some folk run and some folk roar to tell all the people they want more. No, not us, where we come from. We just do the Lambeg drum, the Lambeg drum, the Lambeg drum. We just do the Lambeg drum.
Oh, that's a great record. That's Willie Drennan. That's from his album called Journey to Orion. I played this a couple of times before, and it's called Willie Drennan Wired Up, the Journey to Orion, and that's called Lambeg Rant Rap. And you can get in contact with the people who produced that or whatever, www.theulsterfolk.com if you want that. That's a Christmas song for me, I'll tell you. Great shows last week. What?
Apparently there's another story has emerged.
What kind of story?
Another story that you won't tell.
There are many stories that I can't tell.
No, but you know where you've got your Elvis story?
The city is a wonderful thing at night.
Right? There's the Elvis story, and then there's the story of the girl...
The Chinese waiter story.
The Chinese waiter story, and then there's the one... is it Rita Coolidge?
No, I think I've told that.
No, the one with the girl in the fridge.
Stop.
No.
The girl in the fridge?
Right. Okay.
Okay. I need clues for this.
Oh, yes. No, this is... Yes. Yes, this is... Yes.
I see you warming to the task. It means it's very bad for me.
No, I don't know what the story is, you see.
Anything that you warm to means it's bad for me.
No, it's intriguing. I want to know.
Okay, come on.
I can't understand. This is great.
All right, go ahead.
The fact that it's this person, and there's a story that you won't tell.
But
I have a witness.
Is this person... I have a witness!
Yes. No,
is this person a well-known person?
Yes.
Is this person known to the listeners?
Yes.
Well, I see no reason why he or she can't be named.
Now, can I tell you this?
Yes.
Can I tell you this now? This person, sadly, is no longer with us.
Oh, dear, okay.
No, but it's all right. You know, no, it's okay. We can talk about this person.
This is a posthumous story.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's the person who's no longer with us?
No, you have to guess.
I have to guess who's no longer with us?
Yes, no, it's your story.
The entire population of Ireland was born in 1850.
Apparently, it happened In the Europa Hotel.
Yes?
Yes. Come on.
And the person's no longer with us because of what happened?
No.
The person's no longer with us.
Yes.
Oh, well, I told... No, let me see. I have told stories
Right.
about the Europa Hotel, and I mentioned...
This man just mentioned it, and then he hung up. And he says, but I'm a witness, and I'm prepared to come forward.
Is it the late broadcaster Tony Macaulay?
No. Bigger than.
Liam Neelan? Liam Clancy?
No, I would say...
Bigger?
Could be bigger. No, I don't know. But could be bigger.
Is this man from the island of Ireland?
No.
Is this man from the broader, bigger island that is called the mainland?
Yes.
Is this man from the English part of it?
Yes.
This man is an English person.
Yes.
This man is now dead.
Yes.
Did this man appear on television with me at any stage when I was a TV star?
That's what I don't know.
You should know that.
I don't think so.
See, I need the answer to that.
You don't think so? I don't think so.
So we can rule out all the famous people that I know through proxy.
Right.
So
this is a famous man who... Did this man know me before I was famous myself?
Oh, no, this man wouldn't. I'm not being hateful. This man wouldn't know you.
Wouldn't know me. Well, why did he ring up and tell you about me when he doesn't know me?
No, the man who rang up knows you.
He can't ring up because he's dead, yeah, and doesn't have a phone.
No.
All right, then. So the person who rang up was told something about this famous person.
No, he was there. He witnessed this.
And this famous person was there.
And you were there, and then this...
hold on a minute. I'm with this famous person, and this other person is there.
Yes, it was
and
you.
The famous person doesn't know me. I'm with a person who doesn't know me.
I don't know why you were there. No, I don't know.
I think you need to tell us.
No, come on. Ask one question. Go on,
okay, I'm with a famous person.
Right.
The famous person doesn't know me.
What does the famous person do?
I obviously know the famous person.
Oh, you know the famous person.
Right. And the other person is present when I'm with the famous person who doesn't know me.
Because this person was an employee of the hotel.
In the Europa Hotel?
Yes.
And I did so. Oh, David Soul?
No. Is he dead?
No. He just smells funny. No, I just can't understand. Well, there was a story about David Soul.
No, move on. No.
Jimmy Nesbitt?
No.
Jimmy Nesbitt's not dead. He's in Australia. Well, that's the same thing.
Right.
Let's see. Dead.
What does he do?
Is he a singer?
No.
Actor?
No.
Comedian?
No.
What else is there? Mime artist?
No.
Marcel Marceau?
No.
I had a great chat with him, but he never said anything back.
Right. That's right.
It's a joke.
You
have no sense of humour.
It's all right.
No, this must be good because you're really... you're going at this like a terrier.
Yes.
You love it.
I want to know what happened.
You have to tell me who the person is.
No, come on now. What does he do?
I don't know what he does. Is he in show business?
No.
He's a famous person that's not in show business.
Yes.
Well, how do you be a famous person and not be in show business?
Well, it's not show business.
What, is he David Attenborough or somebody?
Come on, what? No.
Was he sitting beside a bear that wasn't alive?
No.
A dead bear pretending it was living?
Come on.
What?
What else is there?
What else is there?
Come on.
There's life.
Well, yes, what sort of...
Is he a writer?
No.
Author?
Come on. No. Nothing
dog trainer?
Nothing to do with... come on.
Welder?
No, dog trainer. Come on.
Dog trainer?
Come on. Widen it out.
Greyhound trainer?
No,
trainer?
wider. So what are we talking here now? We're talking about...
Animal trainer?
No, we're talking about a
zookeeper?
No, we're talking about a
circus owner?
No, we're talking about a. Come on, four-letter word.
Oh, I can think of one. It applies to you now, and it starts with that. Anyway, go ahead.
Come on.
Tell me.
What is dog racing? It's a
sport.
Yes.
It's a sportman. He's a sportsman.
Right. Yes.
He was a dog racer.
Yes. No. Nothing to do with dogs.
Greyhound owner.
No, nothing to do with dogs.
Jockey.
No.
A boxer.
No.
This is so unnecessary.
Come on.
Why don't you just tell me who it is?
Emma's got it.
I'm sure she has, but that's neither here. Let's keep her personal life out of this. I used to have it too, but maybe she could give me a bit of hers. Anyway, a wrestler?
No!
Come on, tell me.
Popular.
He says a footballer.
Yes.
That took a time.
But not a footballer.
A footballer, but not a footballer. A retired footballer.
No.
A dead footballer.
No.
A footballer with no boots.
Bigger than.
But bigger than. A manager.
Yes.
Alec Ferguson.
No. He's dead.
Is he not? Ian Paisley.
No.
No, what do you call the other fellow?
I know who you're on. No.
George Best.
No. Manager.
Brian Clough.
No. International.
Harry Gregg.
No. International.
You have to tell me, Brian Robson.
What have you got? You have an international.
Walter Bottom.
Right, come on.
All right.
Yes, you're in the right line.
Alf Ramsey.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Alf Ramsey.
You and Sir Alf Ramsey. What were you at in the Europa Hotel? What were you at? What's the story? There's a call on one. What's the story? I have a witness. Come on. Leave me alone. This person's willing to come forward. Leave me alone. Come on. Leave me alone.
I see people getting mad on CNN. Who's right, Democrats or Republicans? I don't care who's right or wrong. I know a way we can all get along. Let's take a ride. Let's take a ride on a love train. Unwind. We'll be chug-a-lugging all the way. Let's roll like the Stones playing all day. Let's take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. The whole color thing's never made sense to me. Who gives a hoot if you're red, yellow, purple, or pink? We're all mixed up anyway. We might as well give each other a break and take a ride. Let's take a ride on a love train. Unwind. We'll be chug-a-lugging all the way. Let's roll like the Stones playing all day. Let's take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. So let's forget about the hating and the way the Bulls are playing without Jordan on the team and the high price of gasoline. And if you're living in a bubble, then I guess you got no troubles. If you're anything like me, well then I bet you really need to take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. Unwind. We'll be chug-a-lugging all the way. Let's roll like the Stones playing all day. Let's take a ride. Let's take a ride on the love train. Let's take a ride on the love train. Let's take a ride on the love train.
That's my favourite country band. That's because they're not a country band at all. They're called Big and Rich. They're a rock and roll country band. And that's an album called Horse of a Different Colour. That's a track called Love Train. But you probably guessed that yourself. Don't let the eyebrow off with this. He was downright rude to Nolan. Nolan didn't know genuinely who he was talking to because obviously nobody told him because Nolan was in England doing his Monday programme from Manchester. So therefore nobody told him that you weren't there. Coyle called him William and then said, "We're now even." Goodbye was 2 seconds later. I thought it was extremely rude. And I think so too. I thought maybe perhaps I was going to let you away with it, but now I realise it's the bile and the anger in you.
No, you should read your emails.
Help me God, Gerry, that music was terrible by Willie Drennan. And then we have another one saying, more Willie Drennan, please, from Mark and his good lorry, good trucking music. I'm going to play another track by Willie Drennan because I think it's great.
Eileen's waiting to go out and she's been waiting 14 minutes.
Good morning, Eileen.
Hi.
Sorry for keeping you. I know you're going out.
It's You knew. You didn't think about that 10 minutes ago. Listen to your drivel.
I knew you were going out, but I didn't care.
Oh.
Go ahead. What can we do for you?
I'm looking for Blue Toes.
Blue Toes?
Yeah.
What is Blue Toes?
Blue Toes is a VHS tape released in December 1988.
It's like Blue Tack.
No, it's Blue Toes. It's about a little elf.
Blue Toes.
Yeah.
All right, then. Okay. It's a book?
No, a VHS video.
Oh, sorry. VHS video.
Yeah.
All right. A VHS video called Blue Toes. And who's in it? Is it an animated thing?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this is a good opportunity to tell the people about our animated series of cartoons which is beginning next
No,
Monday
please,
night.
Come here, I'm in a hurry.
All right, then. What about your old crappy video? Go on, tell us what about it. What is it
My
then?
sister in Irvinstown lost it.
Yes.
And now she'd like her grandchildren to see it.
Maybe it's on DVD now.
It's not. We've looked. It's bound to be lying in somebody's cupboard.
All
We're
right, then.
hoping.
Blue Toes.
Yeah,
Tell me more
Blue
about it that the people know. Is it a wee animated thing, yeah?
Yeah,
All
about
right.
an elf.
An elf.
It was released in 1988, and I think it was only released for the 1 year. I tried to get it on the internet, but couldn't do
All right,
so.
then.
But it was written by a Patrick Granleese, however you pronounce that,
However you pronounce it, yeah.
and Rick Jones.
All right, then. Rick
Thank
Jones, I
you.
can pronounce
Thank
that.
you.
That's Blue Toes, VHS, tape, animation. Anyone who's got that, by all means, could they send it to you?
Oh, thank you so much. You're a gentleman.
Or give us a ring at 08445... Sorry.
Yeah,
08459 555 678. You see, you talk, I mean, you're giving out the phone number. You don't know. This is against you. 08459 555 678. Anyone who's got that, give us a ring. You can go out now. Thank you. Sorry for keeping you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. The reason that people... The reason why people are not so large in Paris is that they walk a lot more than we do, even though they have the metro. We won't walk a length of a... That's true. People in Paris walk everywhere. And they have
Alan's
bicycles.
on too.
Can you hear me talking here?
Yeah, I know. So you walk nowhere?
I walk everywhere.
Do not.
I walk the marathon. Could Gerry please call out the name of William Shatner's new album? I'll even do better than that. I'll play a track from it. It's called Seeking Major Tom. William Shatner, Seeking Major Tom.
So what about you and Sir Ralph Ramsey?
Never mind. It is horrendous. Alf and I were like that. And you know, see what I'm doing? Gerry, please... No, I've done that already. Kieran Gribben is performing live with Alan Simpson's show from Victoria Square tomorrow. Of course he is. It's a live gig. It's a Christmas thing. Alan Simpson will be in Victoria Square tomorrow. Go down and see Kieran Gribben because he's well worth seeing. And it's good. Could you please play Emma Reid again today? I will play Emma Reid. I have every intention of playing Emma Reid over the next couple of days. I was so badly organised today when I came in. There's nobody here to help me. I came in today and nothing worked and you were angry and everything was horrible and Emma hated me. It was terrible. I was as if, I was a burglar. I felt like a burglar in here today. I didn't feel wanted at all. I don't know what it is.
Alan's on too.
Alan Simpson?
Alan Hay.
Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
I thought for a moment it was Alan Simpson. I was getting frightened. How
no,
are you?
Not at all, but you should be frightened because you're very hard on Sean.
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea what he's been like today.
Well, you have no idea what he was like when you were away.
No, I have every idea. I know what he's like.
He was fantastic, and he was revered by everybody.
There seems to be a fault in this phone here. Excuse me, the voice seems to be going away. Oh, he's away now. Sean, can you try and get him back? I can't get him. He just seemed to go away.
He's back
there.
again now.
No, he's not back. No, he's not.
Once upon a time when I was only wee, we went out a walk and just my dad and me down the country road underneath the stars, Neptune, Venus, Mercury and Mars. And Daddy says, son, I can tell you no lie, if you look up now in that big bright sky, there's a boy up there gazing down on you. If you look up now, you'll see that's true. He's the man on the moon, the big fat moon. He's the man on the moon, the big fat moon. Then one night as the fat moon shone, then at the corner stood Robert John. He stared high above, mouth open wide. The man on the moon
knew he smiled. Folks says Rob John was wrong in the head. There's wiser and Antrim, that's what they said. They never realised he was in tune, and personally knew the man on the moon. He's the man on the moon, the big fat moon. He's the man on the moon, big fat moon. Being a man on the moon, oh so long, long before Neil Armstrong. All wrapped up in his golden glow, he gazes down on us below. The man on the moon knows what's going on. Just you ask Rob John. He sees right through the good and the great. He knows another way, and it's not too late. He's the man on the moon, the big fat moon. He's the man on the moon, the big fat
moon. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills. Put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown. Engines on. Check ignition. And may God's love be with you. Lift off. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule, if you dare. This is Major Tom, ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much. She knows. Ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I floating around my tin can, far above the moon? planet Earth is blue, then there's nothing I can do.
Great shows last week, kid. Great shows which caused charismatic Tom Elliott and exciting Alistair MacDonald to exchange early Christmas presents. Tom Elliott said,
Alistair, here's a ventriloquist dummy for doing speeches, and here's a torch without batteries.
Martin McGuinness and Peter Robinson exchanged dinky toys. David Ford bought himself a Pete Seeger record entitled My Comb-Over is Blowing in the Wind. Tommy, my cat, grabbed me by the lapels of my Horace Tweed leotard and said, Hey, ugliness personified, what's a pantomime? Oh, no, only in Derry they call them pantomimes. Everywhere else they call them pantomimes. I kissed my wickerwork, death mask of Peter Stringfellow, and said, A pantomime is income support for actors, comedians and singers who have fallen upon hard times. Kindly folk go around old folks' homes, pulling old relics out of their beds, saying, Come with me, I have a job for you, a pantomime, which will keep you in peppermint sweets. The old burnt-out stars hitch up their rubber pants and croak, What I'll have to do? The kind-hearted people wipe away a tear and say, Pick up your catheter and follow me. Bring your colostomy bag. You're going to star in a pantomime. All you have to do is shout, Oh, no, it isn't. It's behind you. I can do that. Croak the old relics. Oh, no, he isn't behind you. How was that? That's good, but it's not right. Hey, I used to say that, said Roy Walker, a long time ago. So, said Tommy, rubbing my chin, a pantomime is out-of-door relief for faded stars. Just one more question, said Tommy, snapping the Horace Tweed fork on my leotard. Why do geese fly south in winter? Because it's quicker than walking, I answered. Tommy grabbed a bass drum and went boom boom. Belfast was a winter wonderland as Tommy and I strolled around Shaftesbury Avenue, looking at the piles of book, dressed as Paul Daniels and the lovely Debbie McGee, who married the millionaire Paul Daniels for no particular reason. Drunken Santas were puking into litter bins. Small, pale-faced urchins with little white faces on them like snowdrops were running about with bowls crying, More, please, sir, I want more. Girls wearing short miniskirts were saying, Have you got a light? Got a light there, mister? Were followed by leering old codgers singing Ding Dong, merrily and high. Stephen Nolan, sulking after being insulted by Sean Coyle, was dancing around dressed as a giant turkey. How's that for a pluck, he said. Holy God, said a wee woman. How'd you like to stuff that? Don't worry about that wee woman, roared Bill McDowell. That turkey's called Stephen Nolan, and he's been stuffing himself for years. Hang on, Ethel, said the wee woman to her friend. I have to run home and go to the foot of our stairs.
Will we cancel those two phone calls that we're waiting to talk to you?
Tell the people that I was not unable to fit them in at this particular time, and if they have any time free tomorrow at all, there's no reason at all why they can't ring.